presented by EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here at Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded right at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. The first carry for Josh Adams. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
19! 39!
This ball back for the offense. Let's go.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Come on. Come on, D.
Mike 40. Mike 40.
Hey, alert. Alert. Take you to school. Out. Here we go.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there. Incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
54!
56 is Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike 56.
Out. Go.
Now Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
19!
Tight.
54!
3 down.
Check 52. Out. Go.
On first down, this is Adams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike 56, right there, 56.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. Down. Go.
On the give, it's Adams. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Crunch time, defense.
Hey, check Mike 54. Check Mike 21.
Yo.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Now.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Grover Stewart. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Wahoo!
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Quiddy Pay busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Down.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Hey, exit. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Shreds the tackle. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. 3 and 5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. Is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Squeeze, double. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Hey, alert! He don't want it. Let him go.
They run on 2nd down with Adams. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, it's Adams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set! 18!
Hey, we gotta get this stop here, D. Kill.
Hey, 55!
Kill.
Let him go!
They'll try and pick up the first down with Adams. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And Crosby puts it through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On the set!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Kadarius Toney, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump. And he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 67 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Yeah, that's a nice tackle there by the safety, but in truth, he's really playing linebacker because he's lined up so close to the line of scrimmage. He's able to read and react with force and make the play behind the line.
Hey, 24.
40's the mic. Squeeze. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go. Mike 40, Mike 40.
Hey, 55. Down, go.
2nd down and goal. Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
That's us. That's us.
Well, the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need quick possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Go, go. Shoot.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he rifles one incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, if that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Ready?
On 3rd down, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .158 left to play till we hit halftime. An update from Buffalo. The Dolphins, they're out to an early lead over the Bills. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st down, Watson. He hits Adams complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before he dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, Adams here. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Hey, 31! Out we go!
Now it's Watson. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Hey, 55! Out we go!
On 1st and 10, Watson. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Right there, 56. Hey, watch the screen.
Hey, 59!
Watch the screen. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Out we go!
To throw once more on 2nd and 10, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Come on,
3
set.
tight ends in the ball
8-3.
game here on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play.
Ready.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You draw Parker.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved.
Let's go now. 15 line. 15 lines. General West. Big River. Big River.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Let's go.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a 1st down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the 2nd half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, they got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first...
There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Oh, yeah, that's the score,
Travis
baby.
Etienne, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And oh, it's blocked. The Colts have it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I rarely question anyone's effort on the field. But normal, you give up a touchdown like that, a long-distance play, there's usually not a lot of resistance on the extra point. In this case, though, boy, they bowed their backs and got after it, didn't they?
A little revenge. Nicely done.
Yeah, way to go. Get in there, block it, and show them that they're still fighting.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Mike's 56. Ball. 56.
Again, here's Adams. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On third down, they go with Adams. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
We got motion. Back up.
Hey, 59! Go!
Watson on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down now, it's Adams. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Mike, 56, right.
They'll run again with Adams. And some room to roll now. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love that you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
40's a Mike.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. That they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw is Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
No, they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
Go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On play action, Lawrence. He's going to air one out for Anderson. They've got his man complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Max box, light, get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
Five.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Tony. Touchdown, Jaguars.
There we go.
Kadarius Toney with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Hey, we got 3. Three down. Take 4.
At 31.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
54.
Now Adams. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bandit.
Hey, check Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
24. Here I come.
Here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
59.
40's Mike. 40's a Mike. Let's
go, Tackle. Let's go.
Watson on 3rd down. Left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. In Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'm coming. Out we go.
Watson off play action. Here's Fuller with a catch. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll run on first down. Adams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
54 is down, he's coming. Down him, go!
Watson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And Crosby puts it through, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Set, ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Ready, ready!
The incomplete pass. Here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Smooth! Cut! Shoot!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
90, Wolf! Yep. Hey, Alpha! Ready, ready!
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted them. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive this with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. A handoff, Adams running left. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was a huge play on 3rd down. So now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on the play of the game now. 4th and goal.
56. Double dog. 56. Mike.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kylan Granson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams are all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and take it. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ready?
2nd down and 5.
Team 6. Team 6. Big River.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, Delta.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that will be incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get the field goal range. But with clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game, what do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Alert! Alert! Now let's go!
Now Watson. Pass complete, it's Adams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. On first down, Adams. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Dash, go, go now!
Here's Watson. Going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Jags are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Murphy say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Now Lawrence on first down. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0.
6-6, bullet high.
Check, 59. In your face.
Protein spill. Now.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Ready, set. Get it.
From the 40 now on second down. Lawrence. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And did he catch it? He did. A touchdown. One of the most improbable finishes in recent history. They've won it on the final throw. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy one they can hang their hat on. So for the Jaguars, it's a rare win, just their second in these first 8 games. And they'll have another road date next week against the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons.